We're going into the chat. What does that dream job look like? All right, here we go. Let's look in the chat. What does a dream job look at? Yes, Danielle, I can add the link in the comments to the certifications. Danielle says, well rested, positive thoughts and attitudes, and customer appreciation. Teresia said, my ideal healthy professional would be someone who is always energetic. All right. Tidy, alert, and communicates well. Okay. Tanaya says, come prepared, ready, clean, and great customer service. Okay. Healthy professional. All right. Ideas of a healthy professional. All right. All right. So let's dig a little deeper. When you definitely talk about a healthy professional, years ago this wasn't a thing, but we do have to make sure mental health is 100%. Okay. As I met someone the other day, she popped up on my timeline. I hadn't seen her on my timeline in years, and she said, "Girl, I had to log out just to save my mental health." So she basically said social media was taking a toll on her mentally. And how many of you guys know somebody that has happened? Um, that has happened, that they spend a lot of times on social media, and it just they needed to take a break, and it may have even been you. It's me myself. Sometimes mentally I feel like I have to have a break, and my mental breaks, one moment. All right. So when I look at mental health, I look at that as a break, sometimes staycation, sometimes just quiet time. And I'm not I guess you can call me like an introvert. I only want to talk and hang when I have to. I only want to talk and hang when I have to. So when you guys see me like at work on the stage or doing a class or even with y'all, that's because that's all that I get to really interact. If it's not with my students or working. Hey, good morning. Hello. I'm from the lab here. I got to get some blood from you. Okay. Yeah, so if I'm not doing that, then I'm not. I'm at a quiet place, and sometimes that may be the park. But guess what? My favorite quiet place is. Can anybody guess? Yes. Come on, Danielle, guess. Huh? Hmm. So can someone guess? Um, Danielle. It is, yeah, sometimes with my mom, yeah. Well, recently in the last 8 months, yeah, with my mom. But um with my mom, it almost like I still have to find time away because I could be worry could jump in, and I'm a believer and I try not to worry. It's all in God's hands. So I still need another place. Home. Teresa said home. Danielle said with mom. Teresa said Netflix and chill. I love a good documentary. Yeah, I love a good documentary. But why do I always want to put on a documentary at 1 o'clock in the morning? And every night before bed, I'm rewatching the last episode or something of that nature. Or a church. I work a lot at church. I need a spa day. My favorite place, y'all, is the car in the driveway. Ah, my sister has to tell me she has to come outside and knock on the car and say, get out this driveway, get out this car. Ah, yeah, I pull up to the driveway, bag in. I mean, I see everything come in the neighborhood, everything going out. And then sometimes, I'm not auntie, but I can see my nieces uh, coming in at the hour, sneaking in. I'll be like, what you doing? They didn't even know I was in the car. So, yeah, y'all, it's the driveway. It's the driveway in the car. Just solace. And I love family. I love school. I love everything. But sometimes I have to just, have that mental just relaxation in the car. And it's sometimes in the car I feel like, I gotta make these phone calls. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. It used to be at the park, but it depends on where I'm at. I'm not sitting in a parking lot. I do want to be aware of my surroundings. So at home, but my sister is like, get out this car. Yeah, get out this car. And now, my favorite thing is to look up Southwest flights, and they have a sale like $39. What's $40 to go somewhere? And most of the time, like I haven't paid for a flight in a while, but it's always been on points. So, and I'm kind of frugal, so I don't want to spend a lot of money on anything. Because I don't want to spend a lot of money on anything because you have bills, you have unexpected expenses. So I'm frugal with that, with the points. I want all my points. I don't want to use that card if it's not giving me points and stuff like that. So good on points. Same thing with I do a staycation at a Marriott or a Hilton because I may have the points. And y'all, that to me is my best thing. Netflix and chill and cut the light off, and I'll see you in 2 days. That helps me come back around and it helps build my health. The next thing is walking, exercising. So before we just jump in, we're looking for a healthy professional. So exercising. So mentally, we're exercising our brain. We're not coupled with worry and stress. And let me tell you, worry, stress, depression, those anxiety, those things can cause negative reactions within the body. Okay. Negative reactions within the body, which means wherever you haven't had issues, you can start to have issues. So it's like it balls up into different areas around in your joints, may cause heart issues, may cause a whole lot of different things. So the best thing, when people say don't worry, don't stress, don't do that, they are really serious, especially when you're younger, because it could build up into issues. And so want to just be careful about that. And I don't really like taking medication. So this month has been dedicated to just becoming healthier, taking my own life in my hands and just becoming healthier. And just a real talk, I went to the doctor and they said something about being pre-diabetic. And I said, the devil is a lie. We're not going to do that. Hey, how you doing? We're not going to do that. So I'm researching. Went into researching how do we reverse this? And I'm always good for snack, sugar. Notice I hadn't brought any candy or drinks and stuff like that into the school because I'm a snack girl. So I've gone towards water and more fruit, and even more practicing more restraint against foods with sugars and sodas and things of that nature. So it ain't been easy, but it's going to be worth it because I come to the hospitals all the time and I see people who are sick, with so many things that probably could have been prevented. So that's what I would share from me seeing it for myself. I'm like 45, so I'm saying, how can I be better? How can I start to turn this thing around? And I did start walking. I do want to include more exercise. And for all of you guys, you got to use your legs, you got to use your arms, especially my cosmetologist. And so I need you to make sure that you are walking or doing some form of exercise. No problem. Thank you. You're walking or doing some form of exercise because that's going to give you longevity in your field. It's going to give you longevity, okay? And if you build a successful career in the beauty industry, you're a hairdresser, you build a successful career. And can you cut her light, please, too? Hmm. Thank you. If you build a successful career and you get used to a certain lifestyle, and that career has provided for you and your family, and then something happens to your legs, all right? And you're like, man, I've used these legs to work. What am I going to do?
You ready?
Hello? Yeah. So you're saying, hey, I've used these
You
legs
ready?
to work. What am I going to
Yeah.
do? At the end of the day, at the end of the day, we should all make sure that we have some assurance.
તમારા માટે તો ખબર છે ને એ ચાલી ગયેલી.
Mute. Okay. We should make sure that we all have some form of assurance that if anything happens to this, to my body part, to this that causes me to make all of my money and my kids to go to school, we got to make sure you have a coverage for that you have some kind of insurance to back you up. um, a lot of hairdressers and estheticians, you guys use your hands. We use our hands, and I'm gonna just give you a gem. Your hands should be insured. That's how you make your money. If something happened to them today, you would not be able to. If this is the only way you provide for your family, you would not be able to provide for your family. Okay. And so what we want to make sure we do is just make sure I give you, all the tea on the industry, something for you to look into. Insuring your hands. All right. So that's part of being healthy as well. Doing your hand exercises, making sure you don't get carpal tunnel so bad or something in your arthritis family that cripples you from providing. All right. So we got to make sure we take care of those. Your eyes is a major organ. We got to make sure those eyes stay in check. So if you have trouble seeing, you don't see well at night, you don't see well close up, you got to, however that is, get you some glasses. Okay. Get you some glasses. All right. Get that taken care of because that's going to help you along the way, and really just taking care of yourself. All right. Knowing that you're not in competition with anyone, and money is always going to be around. They always print money. All right. It's always going to be around. So you don't have to race to the bag. All right. But take care of yourself. The one that has the greatest health is the one that wins the prize. Remember that. The one that has the greatest health is the one that wins the prize. All right. And we win mentally, we win within our body physically. All right. We win spiritually. And so all of that helps make an all around person, and you live longer. Yeah, you live longer. You struggle with correct posture. where we're going to work on that. And what I found that helps with posture, and some of you guys may not want to wear, but the what's it called? The waist trainers. The waist trainers, yeah, the fajas, they really put you together. But and being careful how you bend over, you use your knees. We may even do a little exercise with that. Use your knees and not just, thinking that we're 18, 16, 14 years old again when we used to hop, run, jump everywhere. But notice that as we, get older, that we acknowledge, oh, I need a little help here with our legs. And so just practicing shoulders up, chest out, just helps too. And in your breathing that helps with your posture as well. So that's part of your posture. And that's something I really wanted to look at. So just healthy professional. What y'all eat this morning? Put it in chat. What you eat this morning? What did you eat this morning? What
Hmm?
breakfast was? Put it in the chat. Danielle says nothing. Whatever your breakfast was, I had. Oh, Indiana says nothing. I had. I had cranberry juice. Okay. Who said coffee, of course, and breakfast burrito. Okay. I opted not for my morning. What I love down for breakfast is I take a cup with a piece of pineapple or a fresh piece of mango, just a piece, and maybe 2 scoops of sea moss, plain sea moss, and I just mush it together. I add a little water and just mush it together, and pretty much I drink it. So it becomes like a sea moss fruit, slushy type of thing. And I've been doing that for a couple days. And actually, I think I'm gonna do that for the rest of the year. Just going back to my sea moss, and that is medicine to me. It has so many minerals that my body needs, and it helps strengthen as well. It's good for my skin. Um, oh, bread butter. Okay, bread butter. I love me some butter, but I've been trying to stay away from it. But that's what I've been doing, my little. But I think I want to make my own flavored sea moss, and I'm gonna use. I'm just discovering the taste that I like, so I don't really care for the strawberries, but I do care for the pineapple and the mango. And the fruit has to be fresh. Okay, it has to be really fresh at the end of the day. Um, and the reason why I asked, hold on. All right. So let's look at a few things as it pertains to our lesson today on the healthy professional. And all week we need to think about the healthy professional. What are we doing? And this is still an orientation chapter. Once we complete this chapter and also complete infection control, we are going to branch off into core cosmetology chapters and also core aesthetics chapters. Okay, core cosmetology and core aesthetic chapters. And there'll be different points that will come back together because we'll do chemistry together, we'll do electricity together, we'll do all of the business chapters together. And so we're going to branch off into our own core services. That's your hands-on trainings. And then at certain points, we'll come together throughout the rest of the year to complete certain chapters together. Okay. Let's look at the healthy professional.
It's 2 p.m. Patricia is in the middle of the workday. Even though she got a good night's sleep and just finished a large coffee with an extra shot.
Stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be back to give you that information.
Hold on one moment, guys. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give her Juven with these medicines this morning.
It's 2 p.m. Patricia is in the middle of the workday. Even though she got a good night's sleep and just finished a large coffee with an extra shot of espresso.
Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let me try to enhance the screen.
It's 2 p.m. Patricia is in the middle of the workday. Even though she got a good night's sleep and just finished a large coffee with an extra shot of espresso, she still cannot manage to stay alert and awake. Does this sound familiar? Believe it or not, your energy levels are directly impacted by your diet and how much water you're drinking. Let's go back and look at what made Patricia so tired. We all know there are some foods we should avoid and others that give us the nutrition we need. We also need to make sure we're staying fully hydrated. Sorry, but a large coffee and no water isn't going to cut it. But being a healthy professional isn't all about diet. Understanding health issues is extremely important, especially when it comes to protecting our clients. It may have just been George's over-the-top cologne this time, but if Patricia starts feeling sick, she needs to protect herself and others by staying home. And being conscious of ergonomics and adjusting appropriately will help your joints and muscles keep from getting sore or injured. As cosmetologists, we move around a lot during the day, and it's easy to sustain injuries if we aren't careful of how we position and treat our bodies. Patricia has adjusted her eating habits, is now drinking plenty of water, and is living a healthier, more productive lifestyle. Learning what it means to be a healthy professional will help you on your journey to having a successful career in the beauty industry.
All right. That was our initial introduction to a healthy professional. What do you guys think? Somebody unmute. Give me one person.
I feel attacked. I need to cut back on the coffee.
I don't know if you can do that. I tried. I was a Starbucks person. Do you have a Starbucks favorite drink?
I'm more of a Dunkin' girly,
Oh,
but
well,
like caramel macchiato lattes, yeah.
okay. But I'm really a tea girl, but I can do a coffee, and I do coffee. I can do coffee any time of the day, especially if we're having a conversation, because I used to hang around old people. The old people raised me, and so 7 o'clock, someone comes over. They're having coffee in the evenings. I sit there and want coffee with them. So I had to break the coffee just because of you know my grandma and stuff used to make it. I could never make it how they made it, so just kind of spoiled. Um, and from Starbucks, I was getting tea, so I get the medicine ball mostly. Other than that, I've been introduced to Seven Brew. I think it's Seven Brew, and I've had a coffee from them. It was amazing. It makes me not even want to look at a Starbucks. So, and I'm not so much a Dunkin' fan, but we may have to do a challenge. I might have to bring some Dunkin', and then I bring some Seven Brew, and we switch it up. I don't want to contribute to your issue, but one final go round. How about that? We have a few things I do want to look at when it comes to the healthy professional. So I'm gonna go. Let's go into the ebook, and we're gonna talk nutrition. And I think pandemic, when everybody's home, we found all these resources about alternative medicines and things of that nature. So I do a lot of research. Um, I'm probably the worst one when it comes to prescribing something. I always try to find a plant or a herb that I can do. It's alternative. If I have to take a medication, I will, because doctors, God bless the doctors and nurses and the pharmacists. He blesses all of them in their perspective, right? But if I can get me some sea moss, if I can get me some elderberries, and if I could get me some oranges, some ginger, and some lemon, or some pineapple, I'm good. It's about time for us to start making cough syrup. So if anybody got any mullein, you see a mullein plant, if you're just out and about, even in somebody's garden, you see mullein plant, you should grab it. You can make mullein tea, or you can make cough syrup from the mullein, and it is great to get rid of the cough. Add a few cloves in there, a few onions and garlic. Your breath may not smell as good, but you're going to be fine. You're going to make it through the winter. Okay. So let's look at the healthy professional. The first thing it says is for your own benefit. For your own benefit. How much, what are we doing as far as waters? Somebody unmute. How's your water intake?
You saying how much do we drink?
Uh huh. How's your water intake?
Mm. I don't really, I don't know. I just drink it throughout the day.
Drink throughout the day?
Probably about two bottles in all.
Oh, wow. Did you guys know that one Coke a day, one 20-ounce Coke, or, I'm just using Coke because that's where the research came from. One 20-ounce Coke is 26 pounds at the end of the year. That was a reality check for me because I was like, sometimes I was drinking like no Cokes at all. And then I make up, I have two in one day. And so I was like, man, that's a lot of unnecessary weight. And so, girl, you got to get it together. You got to let something go. And so I was drinking more Cokes than I was water. Okay. And if Coca-Cola can clean a battery, can you imagine what it's doing? It cleans corrosion off of a battery. Can you imagine what it's doing in the inside of the body? And so a lot of times I teach my cosmetologists and estheticians this. Look at a person. If you can look at a person, you can find out what's going on in a person's body. Okay? You can find out what's going on in a person's body.
They're just waiting on a room number from the facility to be able to do all this stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It should be 10:05, but I'll wait on them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So I forgot my train of thought. She came in here and interrupted. Where was I?
Drinking Coke equals
Okay.
26 pounds.
So for cosmetologists, if you have a client that comes in, remember your main focus is going to be hair, but you will have a license, especially in hair, skin, and nails. Let me tell everybody, whatever you see going on with a person's hair and scalp, it's also going on and affecting the skin. It's also going on and affecting the nails. So when you come in and the person is talking about what they want to get, especially if it's a chemical or something, I would naturally would look at their hair and scalp, but I would also look at their face. Do they have any breakouts? What's going on with that? I would ask them, can I see their hands? I'm looking at their nails, if they're dry around the cuticles. I'm also looking to see if their nails are dark. I'm also looking to see, is it an even line? Do they have lines in their nails? When I press it, does it turn pink and then white? Does it turn white, then pink? I'm looking for that translucentness. Um, I'm looking for the length of their nails. Are they strong or are they brittle? Y'all, just by me looking at their nails is telling me a lot about what's going on with their scalp. Okay. I can tell if someone does not drink water. Now you got dry skin and you don't drink water. You got dry scalp and you don't drink water. That's a double whammy. You can definitely tell when someone is dehydrated of the scalp because it becomes like dandruff but flaky. Okay. Very flaky. And so it's a loss of water. When we move and throughout the day, our muscles need water to move. Sometimes we're feeling stiff and stuff because we're not drinking the water because our muscles have pushed, it's pushing all of the waters for our everyday functions. If you go to the bathroom every day and whether you're doing one or two, all of those muscles need water to do what it's supposed to do, to contract when you walk, to open your hand and to close your hand. Those muscles need water. Okay. So if we're not putting back into our body and replacing what we're using, we're going to have some stiff joints. We're going to have some tightness in some areas. It's going to show desperately on our skin, in our nails, and on our scalp. And it's going to cause things to be dry, brittle, and then break. What breaks? The hair breaks and the skin breaks. Now, you do not want the skin to break because of dryness, because once the skin breaks, it becomes open to bacteria. And so bacteria can now come in and cause infection. And infection can run rapid throughout the body. Okay. The skin is our largest organ, and our ultimate job is to protect it and keep it locked down. All right. Whenever the skin has a break in it, it becomes open and susceptible to bacteria. And we're going to learn more about that in the next chapter. But your job is to make sure the skin on the scalp stay closed. The skin on the face stay closed. The skin around the nails stay closed. And I do want you to act up if you see any cut. Okay, because our job is to keep the largest organ closed. When it's open, and it opens through cuts, bruises, sores, things of that nature. If you pick at a pimple, you're opening that organ, which is skin. Our job is to keep it closed. If you're picking on something on the scalp and it's a sore on the scalp, our job is to get that closed. Okay, we need it closed. We cannot do anything that's going to cause it to get bigger, to give an infection. So we have, it's so much caution in that. But our job is to keep it closed. And so if you're not drinking water, you're not putting back into your body what your body is using to function every day. Okay. A lot of times our organs could be deprived of water. Okay. Especially if someone drinks alcohol. If you're drinking alcohol daily, you are putting a toxin into your body. Now, look, I don't have anything against anybody drinking anything. I'm just teaching you what you need to know so you can transfer it to your clients and use the information to your best knowledge. So no prejudice here if anybody smokes or anybody drinks. This is just part of learning, and I have to tell you what it does. Each person makes their own decision on what they do. So, and you translate that to your clients. Don't make them feel some type of way because they do this, but you have to be the one to tell the truth about the whole matter, okay? And let them make the decision. So if you're drinking alcohol and alcohol is considered a toxin, okay? Alcohol can come in and be foreign to the organs, all right? So it can become a toxin to the organs, such as the liver, the kidney, things of that nature, especially if the stronger the alcohol, the more damaging it could be to internal organs. And so that matter. So if someone is consuming that, you have more of toxin coming in the body than you do of water that would come in and purify. Water is supposed to come in and purify, but if you have toxins that is majority and not water, you have more toxins in the body. Okay, so water comes in and help purify. Water is a universal solvent. It'll break down. It should break down the strength and quality of everything, especially a liquid. Okay, so you got to make sure this, I don't know, drinking rules or whatever, but you still got to make sure you add water in the body because it needs to be a balance, and that water should neutralize the effect of whatever that is inside of the body. It'll break it down. And this water just overall, it just helps the healthiness of the body. So when I ask um, this question, I want you to remember it, never forget it. What's your water intake? And I want you to ask that to your clients boldly and look in their face. If they twitch, if they move their head, if they look like, I don't know, it's not a positive answer. So you can probably do some fussing like, look, help me help you. A great hairdresser has a great client that helps them. Okay. How does a person help you maintain their healthy hair, scalp, and face and skin? They got to take care of their bodies because really the beauty comes from the inside out. So if they take care of the inside, it makes it easy for you on the outside. Okay. And especially for the estheticians, if they're not drinking water, you're going to see dry skin, you're going to see cracked skin, you're going to see pimples that may have been there years ago, dried out, but you still see the spots. Okay. You don't see any water. You're going to see the skin have a reaction to sugar. Okay, the skin is going to have a reaction to sugar, which now you're going to see breakouts. It's going to change the texture of the skin. All right. And so if it changes the texture of the skin, there is something that tells a story that's about to change with the scalp. All right. So all of this is great components, and it comes from balancing. So never forget that question. And sometimes that's the first question. How is your water intake? You want to know what they're putting into their body. Now, statistics have said, based on how much you weigh, you're supposed to divide it by two. And that's how many ounces of water you take in a day. If you have clients who have fluid swelling issues, that is, of course, is going to be medical decisions. All right. But if you're 200 pounds divided by two, I need 100 ounces of water a day. What does that look like? Okay. That looks like at least 5 20-ounce waters, 5 20-ounce glasses of water a day. Okay. I mean, when you get through, your skin should be smooth, soft. The texture should be amazing. You should have a balance of oil and water within the body. Okay. Um, your pores can breathe when you drink water. So the water declogs the pores. Okay. Now, if the pores can breathe, that means that what's on your scalp, your hair comes out of the follicle pore, it can breathe also. What you put into your body is what comes out. So if you're putting good stuff in, you're hydrating your body, then your hair is going to come out hydrated. If you put bad stuff in, your hair it grows, but it may grow out bad. You know what I'm saying? Bad hair grow. Bad hair can grow. Okay, that means whatever's in the body for the hair to feed and grow off of, that's literally it's going to grow. It may be slow, it may be brittle, it may be dry when it comes out, and it may not stay out long. But as it's on this journey of growing out, it's going to pick up whatever you put in the body. And so if you're putting good stuff in the body, it grows out strong, shiny, long life. Okay. And if you're opposite that, it grows out the other way. And sometimes, or not sometimes, it's everybody. Whatever you put on the skin is like a big sponge, a big suction cup. The skin sucks it all in. Okay. It sucks it all in. And how do you know that someone is dry and probably not drinking their water? You ask them, okay, when you put lotion on your body, and then maybe 30 minutes later, do your skin feel still soft or does it feel dry? If they say their skin feels dry, your skin is so desperate for moisture, for some type of liquid, that it pulled all that moisture off the top layer of the skin inside, and it is asking for more. It needs more water. Okay. And so TEWL, TEWL, y'all write that down. TEWL, TEWL. This is for my cosmetologists and my estheticians. TEWL. Trans, TRANS. Epidermal, EPIDERMAL. Trans epidermal water, WATER. Loss, LOSS. Transepidermal is one word, TRAN, okay, EPIDERMAL. Transepidermal water, WATER. Loss, LOSS. Hairdressers, you're going to come in contact with clients who have TEWL, trans epidermal water loss. And you may say, Ms. Cox, how do we know that? I mean, if you see dryness on the scalp, if you take that comb and you can part the scalp and it's like you're drawing a white line, lack of water. Okay. You can touch that hair, and if it feels really dry on the ends, lack of water. If you can touch the hair, grab the ends, and as you know how we said money with our hands, if you can run your fingers through the ends of that hair and those ends break, the hair is brittle. It has lack of water. Okay. And a lack of oil is totally different from lack of water. Oil is going to live at the scalp. Water is going to be hydration from within all the way down to the ends of the hair. Okay, so we have to make sure that the hair is hydrated. So when you hear a product that says hydration, hydrating product, hydrating conditioner, or the hair needs hydration, mainly what they're saying, that cuticle needs to be open with heat, and then there needs to be a water-based beneficial product to go in and become trapped in that hair for that hair to be hydrated. So when you hear the word hydration, that means water is needed. Okay? Hydration equals water. Hydration also could equal steam, STEAM. So here's for my hairdressers. It doesn't matter how the water gets into the hair. Okay? So it can come in through shampooing, it can come in through leave-in conditioners, it can come in through steam treatments. It doesn't matter how it gets in there, as long as it gets in there. Okay. So you may have seen that steam treatments have become very popular now. When I tell you, and I'm going to give you a gem for adding more money in your wallet, put your more money in the bank. Take care of your client's hair first. Hair care is going to be key. Style is going to be second. Esthetician, skincare is going to be key. The trend of whatever they want, whatever's hot on the skin, is going to be second. But when it comes to hairdressers and estheticians, steam is going to be so beneficial to the skin and for the hair. You may say, Ms. Cost, how is steam beneficial for the hair? Where that steam is going to break down the cuticle, and it's going to, you may have conditioner on the hair, but that steam is going to break down the cuticle, soften, open it up, so the conditioner can be pushed inside of the hair strand. Once the conditioner is pushed inside of the hair strand, that steam starts to massage that conditioner down deeper layers and deeper layers and deeper layers. So now when they come out of the steam, the hair feels different. When you rinse it off and you close the cuticle and you start to detangle, it feels different. There's a quality that has improved, that service has improved the quality of hair. That treatment is worth them just coming to the salon and getting that treatment by itself. But as you start to add that more and more, it becomes now, not only does my stylist know how to do the bomb styles, they also care for my hair. And we would not be at this place of healthy hair if it was not for her noticing what I was missing, and then she gave it. That steam is going to be way more beneficial than putting a cap over the client and putting them under the dryer. Two different types of heat. The steam works from the inside out, and then the heat dryer, the hooded dryer, it works from the outside in. So the hooded dryer is a different type of heat. It's going to dry out the hair before and then open the cuticle, put something in, and it takes a longer time to do that. But with the steam, it's going to start to activate the cuticles. As soon as it hits that steam, it's going to start to pulsate. That skin starts to soften and the cuticle starts to swell and open up. And whatever you need to get inside that cuticle, that hair, you get it in there and you trap it in there and it's going to stay in there. When it talks about skin and we're talking about steam, water, the steam softens the skin. And whatever you're trying to do to the skin, do extractions, you're trying to get hyaluronic acid, you're trying to get vitamin C, whatever you need to do to the skin, that steam is going to soften the skin, open up the pores, all the bad stuff comes to the surface, and then you're able to put all the good stuff in. And so that's important. That's what we always ask our clients. Work with me so I can work for you and your skin and your hair can become better. Okay? Because at the end of the day, what we want to make sure is we produce healthy hair and healthy people. All right. So even if you guys got to do something like a water challenge, if your clientele does not drink water daily, what if you do a water challenge? Okay. And we could talk more about that. Just build something fun amongst your clients and amongst your family members to say, hey, let's challenge each other to do better. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm in this hospital. I'm not physically in the hospital, but I see people all day that could have made changes about their health. And, if you got to start somewhere. And remember, a cosmetologist and an esthetician, you are not just a person who is a service provider. You also have a specific responsibility to educate your clients on wellness. So yeah, you take care of whatever they got on the outside, but it starts with you educating them and taking care so they can take care of what's going on the inside. So a lot of things that you see going on with them, you are the first ones that come in contact with skin cancer. You are the first ones that come in contact if something looks different. Okay, something's off. Um, Even if a person is depressed, you can tell in their skin. The skin gets darker, it gets drier. And it's almost like, yeah, it's sucking the life out of them. And so we're there to help in their well being and to give them healthy notions that, hey, let's get it together. You're coming to me to solve the issue of your hair being ABC, dry, brittle. We got to work from the inside out. And so that's our job, is to make sure they're good and we educate them. And here it goes. It says, you are what you eat. I wanted to know what you guys ate. You are what you eat. We are going to deal with consultation. We had one client that was coming in. We were doing a case study on her. And when I looked at her skin, I said, oh, she doesn't really have anything physically going on that she needs all these advanced treatments. She just needs to stop snacking. Y'all, she just needed to stop snacking. And I told her, your favorite snack is chips, ain't it?
How was you able to tell?
When I touched her skin, it was dry, and then she had these little red, like pimple bumps, and they just looked like heat rash bumps. So it was like her texture was smooth in some areas, and in that area I saw that she was picking, there was some bacteria added to it, but she just had like little bumps. And I was asking questions about water, and she stumbled on the water questions. I also was asking her questions about what does a healthy meal look like for her, like how you're working, so what does that look like when you go home, like what's your choice, what do you pick up. And I was like, I always ask, and this is for esthetician, especially if they're a teenager, what's your favorite snack? And if it's something with red in it, they need to stop. That red, first of all, red causes a behavior, like, so you may have adults that have like may say, I have adult ADHD, but how much red stuff do you eat? Um, Artificial red stuff, red dye. Same thing in chips. I said, so you like Takis, you like this, you like that. And she's like, yeah, I like everything hot. I said, it's coming out through your skin. And it's not good, but I would rather it do that than come out and them have intestinal issues. And really, they'll start to have intestinal issues if they don't address that and stop eating all those flaming hot, whatever, the hottest of the hottest wings. It causes the issue, and we can see it come out of their skin. And she said, yeah. And that's my number one remedy when it comes for young people, and they want to get their facial done, or their parents are saying, she got this acne, he got this acne. And I said, okay, what's your water intake? After we talk about that, well, what snacks? And she was like, chips and sodas and um, these type of drinks and things of that nature. Hold on one moment, guys. All right, y'all. We're going home. We're getting ready for discharge. Thank y'all for y'all patience. I appreciate y'all. And so back on You Are What You Eat, just introing into this particular chapter. We want to strive for well balanced, vitamin rich, and hydration. Okay. We want to strive for that. On the flip side, skin disorders, fatigue, stress, depression, poor focus, and some diseases can be caused by unhealthy diet or improper hydration. All right. Right now, I want each student to unmute, but I want you to give me something. Is there a vitamin? Um, Something that you can suggest that we can build our healthy routine into our healthy eating routine or our exercise? Is it something that you can suggest we do to help become a well balanced? Um, we want to strive to be well balanced. So whether is there a vitamin, is there an exercise, is there something that you do? Everybody, give me something that can help us strive to become well balanced.
Cutting out pork.
Ooh, let's clap our hands for that. Me too. Me too. And the bacon be calling my name in the grocery store. I don't even go over there. So cutting out pork. All right. And my mom loved pork. Anything on a pig, she loved pork. But cutting out pork. All right. What's next?
Limiting sugar intake.
Ooh, you got me. You
Yeah.
got me. Limiting sugar intake. Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep it up another month. Um, Limiting sugar intake. Yeah. Pork, limiting sugar, no pork and limiting sugar intake. Okay, next.
Making sure that you uh dose up on your vitamin C and D, especially in women of color.
Gone. That's good. That's good. Tell us why.
I forgot the reasoning, but I know I've seen a lot of people say that people of color, well, women of color usually have very low vitamin D, but
Hmm.
I know vitamin C, it keeps your immune system healthy. I forgot about what vitamin D really does, but I know it's about keep your immune system strong.
Okay. Okay. We need to do a field trip to. I'm probably going to give y'all an assignment next week to Whole Foods. Um, or we need to do a field trip. I want you to look at different aspects of vitamin C. You're absolutely right. Vitamin C, vitamin D. Vitamin C is going to help. It helps, of course, fight your help build your immune system. But not only in building your immune system, vitamin C and vitamin E, vitamin D, they all have these IUD numbers. Okay. And these numbers help. The larger the number, the higher the number, is the more potent and the more powerful that particular vitamin is. Okay. And so a lot of times when dealing with vitamin C and you want it directly to go to your system, I like to have liposome vitamin C, which is like liquid vitamin C. It don't taste good, but of course I mix it with my orange juice, or you can mix it with something or take it down every day. Um, but that vitamin C go directly to my bloodstream and start to work. Okay. Vitamin C is going to be a great asset for lightening, a brightening effect to skin. So your client is dealing with dark circles, they're dealing with just dark spots. It becomes not a lightening effect, it's a brightening agent. It helps with brightening agent. Vitamin C, lemon, and vitamin E All great components for brightening up dark spots or trying to brighten, give a nice glow to the skin, no matter on what part of the body. So that's amazing. How does vitamin C help with the scalp as well? Well, here's the thing. If you have clients that wear protective styles like wigs, laces, and they use those adhesives are toxins that actually are absorbed into the skin. It can change the color of the hairline from the skin color on the face. You see that two tone. So adding vitamin C and also vitamin E to that area help preserve that skin tone, okay, in that particular area. And it's like healing to that type of that skin as well, because of those harsh glues has been kind of abrasive, which means they've been kind of hard around that hairline area. And so it helps preserve the color and gives you an even tone skin in that particular area. Um, for individuals that may have there's different dry skin issues from around the ears, the necks, things of that nature, the back of the neck. Some people don't know they have a dark neck until they've cut their hair up. And so, doing a basic facial in that neck area, we call it a neck facial. So, the same thing you do on the face, you do on the neck. And then you take your microdermabrasion machine and you just work that, and then you add your vitamin C and vitamin E. It's going to keep that area one tone, even tone. You can offer that as a service for my estheticians and cosmetologists, a neck facial, because you have people that have discoloration around the neck area. So if they're taking a vitamin C vitamin, the organs that need it the most are going to pull it. And so if you got to make sure that that vitamin E has a little power to it. So maybe you're taking a topical vitamin E and then you take something internal, but make sure that you're putting enough into your body. So just, and too much of something sometimes is the worst thing, but make sure you're putting enough in. I'm going to say zinc. We all need zinc. We all need vitamin D. And D helps with the texture of the skin. Vitamin C is going to help with the brightness, the life of the skin. The skin is going to be resilient. So it makes older skin look younger. So it's going to be vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E. Vitamin E is going to be the queen. It's going to make older skin look younger. Younger skin is going to stay younger. All right. So, what am I saying? Your senior clients, they want to look younger. They have an issue with wrinkles. Stretch that skin and put those vitamins directly inside those wrinkles and rub it in. You'll start to see those wrinkles kind of decrease over a period of time. The client needs to do this at home as well. And also, you can do it in the salon and spa. Your hair need vitamins, your skin need vitamins, your nails need vitamins. So make sure y'all are up on your vitamins, okay? Any herbs or plants that you can see or purchase, you can also find them in powders, okay? Just like we made our products with serums and scalp oils, you can make the same thing for hair mask. You can make the same thing for facial mask, okay? And so that's some good tips. Anybody else got something to add to our routine? We're gonna be well balanced. What else we adding?
I take probiotics. It kind of holds my appetite, so I don't eat much.
Okay, probiotics. I like that. I like that. I need to research probiotics because my niece takes probiotics. She takes some other stuff too, chlorophyll. Um, I just got into ashwagandha, and so the dry powder ashwagandha, and just I want to be able to put it in different things. So ashwagandha, I started off on the gummies to help with the focus to help calm you down. So if you have anyone who's overthinkers, things of that nature, and just need to, take a moment and just focus, the ashwagandha is good. And it'll probably especially be good around test taking and your studying time as well. So that's something to look into. Um, Fatigue, definitely exercise. Stress, definitely exercise. Um, if you have poor focus, that's something you always need to make sure you need something um, to really look forward to. Okay. And it's okay that sometimes we need a counselor, y'all. We need a professional. It's okay. I know sometimes people don't want to say, I don't need a counselor. Sometimes we need people to talk to. Okay. Professional people to talk to. And it's okay. Because here's one thing about me. I fight so hard. We all have fought so hard to be in a positive place that negativity and people say the energy, the vibe, hey, baby, that is so alive. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to need you. I don't mind you having a moment, but I'm gonna need you to come on back because we got life to live, okay? And if you don't want to be pushed and motivated and and pumped up, you probably don't want to be around me because I'm gonna help you come out of whatever place you in. Okay, it's time for you to get it going. Um, and so we're gonna be well balanced spiritually, mentally, physically. And when I say spiritually, that doesn't mean everybody, may go to church. Somebody may have their own way that they do their spiritual healing. That's totally going to be on you. But this is what I'm going to say. Start reading again. Read a book about well-being. Read a book about peace and, things you can do to improve yourself. And so just start back reading, and reading has been something that gives me a calmness and a peace as well. Um, and I did change music. I love music. So I like instrumentals or light jazz or just environment. So I can listen to water, I can listen to forest sounds, and we call that white water and white music. White music. White music is more so earth and nature sounds. And some people go to sleep on that. And some people just cut that on and be like, I need my moment. Okay. And so it's all about making sure you're stepping up to be the best person possible because your clients are going to deserve you being 100%. They don't deserve you being 50% because you're not going to perform as well as you think you are. Okay? They deserve you being 100%, and guess what? You come first. You come absolutely first. It says beyond eating and drinking properly, healthy professionals are also aware of their body movements at work. All right, we got to have healthy and safety body movements at work. You're going to learn something, and this is a word I'm going to highlight it. It's called ergonomics. Okay. It's highlighted in pink. Ergonomics. Ergonomics is the comfortable and the best, the safest way for you to do something. And when you start purchasing your items for your salon or purchasing your items for for your spa, your suite, you're going to choose the items that work best for you. How does that look? Well, your chair may not just be a flat chair. Your chair may be, oh, I need a chair that really I may have my bottom may be a little more rounder and need a little bit more support. So you'll find something that you'll sit in 1,000 chairs until you get the one that makes you feel amazing. You're going to look for the best thing that makes your clients comfortable. All right. When um, you're cutting hair, you're already noticing Cosmo of what you like with those shears and what you don't like. Okay. It's the ergonomics about it. And so as we move forward, we're going to start saying, hey, the ergonomics is the main component that's going to keep us in the industry for a long time. Okay, because we have to be comfortable We cannot be working in strain. We cannot wear out our body parts. And so your equipment is going to be the number one thing that's going to assist you in long wear in the beauty industry. Any questions? Okay. Maintaining a strong, healthy body directly impacts the health of your patients, of your practice. Okay. And your practice is therefore related to nutrition and wellness in many ways. So, this week, guys, we are focused on the health of our body. Okay. This week, we're focused on the health of our body. I want you to do something every day. I just want you to observe what you're eating. I have actually cut down on fast food because I've been up here with my mom in the hospital. I am more aware of how complacent you can get. Um, First of all, the food is not good. I got food poisoning from here with the salad, and I don't want. I'm cautious of any other salad, anything else I eat. Here, but Raising Cane's is right across the street. It's so many different places. So I love Raising Cane's. So I gotta say, okay, that may not be the best choice for me. And so I'm just not on a diet, but I'm just trying to make the best choices for me. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Just start making the best choices for you, not following somebody else's routine. And so that's pretty much where I am. But find out where you are. And if some of your choices you've been made, whether that's in eating or lack of, you're indulging in more of this than you are taking care of yourself, you really have to pull back and say, okay, I can do better right there. That's one area I can admit I can do better right there, because I think that works better than diets. Okay, that works better than diets. Understanding proper nutrients for the body to maintain optimum energy level. Let me tell you, I absolutely love sea moss. That's why I eat it every day. It has 97 of the 100 plus minerals our body need every day. And I haven't got to raw eating yet, but your vegetables raw have more benefit than them being cooked. Okay. And so that's something we can look at. If you haven't eaten a beet in a long time, or you feel like I can't eat a beet, okay, juice that beet. Get you a beet vitamin. Y'all, the beet vitamin helps in the blood pressure. Okay. The beet vitamins help in the blood pressure. Add some beet to your juices. Just absolutely amazing. And so just learn, as you're learning about herbs and you're gonna make products, you're also, it's gonna take you to learning about vitamins. And you're like, not only I can make that into a tea, I can use this in a skincare product as well. So knowing when to take a sick day, you can't do it all. And you ever heard of the saying, if you don't sit down, God will sit you down? You ever heard that before? Which means take your break now, because when your body takes a break, you don't know when you're coming back. Your body is gonna say, when we recover, fully recover, she'll be ready to come back to work. So take your breaks now. A lot of people wait till the summer to take vacations. Probably no one is gonna tell y'all this. Every quarter, y'all, every 90 days, y'all need to get away. You need an off day. Every 90 days, you need to take about 2 or 3 days, whether that's a staycation or whether what's a quick drive. Just say we're in Memphis. What's a quick drive that you can go somewhere, be replenished, and come back and be ready to roll?
Nashville.
Nashville. Y'all, Nashville to me just got a different air about it. I like going to Nashville. Um, I got to go to Nashville on the 8th for the state board training, but I'm excited about that because I ain't been anywhere. But Nashville, how many people go up to Arkansas? You say I go to Arkansas. Little Rock is only like 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. Little Rock has a different air of driving. It's plain. It's open nature. and it has like a lot of hiking mountains and trails, and just a whole lot of stuff too. So if you tired of going to Nashville way, you can go to the Arkansas way, go to Little Rock, and 30 minutes from Little Rock you got Hot Springs. So it's definitely, a relaxing place there. Um, what do we have in Mississippi that we can go to? Just say 3 hours out. What is it, Jackson?
Jackson.
Yeah, you can go to Jackson. Particularly, if I go to Jackson, I may stay in Canton or somewhere between Canton and Jackson because it's just a little quieter. I have friends in Canton and I can just relax. It's get away at their house, and it's like nobody know, it's not a whole lot of traffic. You go into Jackson, it could be a lot of traffic. Um, and other than that, I like to catch a $39 deal. And from Memphis, $39 or $49 flight each way is probably gonna go to Houston, Atlanta, Chicago. And so if you want to do a flight, you catch it on a really good deal. Go those places for less than $100. Get you a hotel room for less than $100. Overnight it. Go to a zoo, just become, you in your own space and time, and come back and go to work. It is okay, okay, for you to take a break. And I'm going to advise you to do that every quarter. You need to take a break, especially if you're going to be your own business. You'll be your own boss. You're going to be an entrepreneur. You need to break away so you can plan for the next quarter and the next quarter and the next quarter. And so none of this stuff is figured out. Nobody got it figured out. And so don't think that you're behind. You got to be perfect. You just need a break. All right. You just need a break. And so, avoiding work related injuries through care and ergonomics lead to longer careers and less overall pain. Exactly. You should be aware of the unique challenges presented by pregnancy in the salon, spa, barbershop. Ensures you and your clients are safe. And so, if you are with child or clients are with child, particularly if you are with child, you're going to need to take it easy. I am not against you working. Please work. You want to stay active, you want to stay active. You're going to have downtime coming up, so stay active, but do it in the most healthiest of ways, okay? And get better shoes, get you a mat, get you a better chair. Do your services sitting, whether as you used to do your facial standing up, do them sitting now. Be in the best of seat. Take care of yourself as you continue to do what you love. All right. If you're a cosmetologist and you're working behind a chair, that chair turns for a reason. You don't have to keep walking around. That chair turns for a reason. Use that chair to the best of your ability. And so those are some of the things ergonomically. Let the equipment work for you instead of you working all around the equipment. Okay. So that was going to be an intro to this chapter. We are going to talk about nutrition. And if you guys want to create a challenge within the group, think about it. Let's come to the table. I want to create a challenge in the classroom. Okay. So we're going to challenge ourselves to, are we challenging ourselves to eat better? For the month of September, are we challenging ourselves to exercise? We're going to create a board tomorrow, and we're going to put those challenges on the board, kind of like a vision board, and let's see how we do in the end of September. So I hope you guys are willing to participate. We can't do nothing but get healthier. And we're going to educate ourselves as much as possible in September so we can educate and translate to our clients and our families about not only can you love what you do, but you can be healthy in doing it as well. And let me tell you, I've seen, we've been in and out of hospital since December of 24. And when I tell you, I have more of a appreciation for people that start early taking care of themselves. I want to see you guys do that. And I don't think it's too late for anybody. We just got to get started. Okay. So I'm going to drop the links to everybody for the bonuses And then I'll see you in class tomorrow, bright and early. I'm excited about the challenge that we're going to create. And then we're going to pick up, even before we start our trainings tomorrow, we're going to pick up with a little bit, picking up at nutrition. Okay. We're going to do that as our motivation in the morning. May I ask, India, how did that cut and style go yesterday? And Danielle and Tanaya, how did your clients go yesterday? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh my.
Uh-uh.
With it, no,
Uh-uh.
it wasn't. But okay, but the wax, we really need to practice a little more on that.
Okay.
But other than that, the facial turned out really good, and tonight can go now because she helped me with the wax a little.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely say we really need to have a long lesson on waxing. Um, but my client, I think it was really good. I didn't get a chance to do the high frequency or none of that. But other than that, all the other ones was good. All the other steps I did them
Okay.
right, and that was my second one, so I feel like I did good. And my client said that it was nice.
Awesome.
It was relaxing.
How did the mask go? The double mask.
That was really cool, but like I said, I didn't really get to do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I guess we was running short on time. So
Okay. 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 Danielle, how did your client go with the you said the facial went good?
Yes, ma'am. He really don't have bad skin. I wish you had seen it because it's really just with the hair around his face, and then when we got most of the hair off, you can actually tell that he got really good skin. He just needs some type of skincare routine.
Okay. Is he located in Memphis?
Yes, ma'am. He's in around that area.
Okay. See if he can stop by and let me see his skin tomorrow. Did y'all take any pictures?
Yes, ma'am. I took some pictures, and I can ask him.
Okay.
Okay.
I give him a treat. We got to find something to give him. He was a great model for us. But see if he can stop by and so I can see it. And tomorrow we'll preserve some time and we'll have a wax class for everybody. How does that sound?
Yes, ma'am.
that's great.
Awesome, awesome. Indiana, how did it go?
We did the 90-degree cut, which is the basic layers,
Hmm.
and it went good for me.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
I definitely saw the layers in my hair.
Confidence building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna keep working on it. We're gonna continue demo and execute as well. Teresa, how was the birthday boy?
He
Is
was
Teresa?
very excited for his birthday.
I know.
He took
Excited to
his
see you.
cupcakes to his class, so he was very happy.
Oh, that's sweet. Family first. That's amazing. All right. It's Pooja on and Pooja at work. So we will
Hi,
collaborate. Hey, how you doing?
good.
How was yesterday? Yesterday good?
Yes, good. I
Awesome.
did
Awesome.
90-degree hair cutting.
Oh, I like it. I like it. All right, guys. I just wanted to check in with you guys. I hope you enjoyed class today. It's gonna be very informational. We're gonna have fun with this chapter, and we're gonna think about the challenge. And then I'm gonna email everybody for the bonus. And the bonus is due on Sunday. Only thing you got to do is complete those two certifications and email it to us, and you'll get your bonus. Okay. Y'all have a blessed and amazing day. I'm going to reach out to everyone. The admins also will probably be reaching out to some of you, but I'm excited about everything. So, see you tomorrow. Y'all have a great one.